listeners.
Chatty Chappies.
Here we are again.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Chatty Chappies.
Brian and Andrew on
Chatty Chappies.
Thank you for turning on Chatty Chappies.
So good afternoon, Brian. How are you?
Andrew, I'm fine. It's a lovely sunny day.
Yeah,
it's warm.
Temperature in the 20s.
I can hear the birds.
And for people who might not realise where we are, this is the Benedictine Abbey at Pluscarden, which is between Forres and Elgin. And we've been inside, and it's very peaceful. And we are sitting here, and we're going to just sit and have a wee chat about our day out. We've come here, as we said, to Pluscarden, and we had a little look round. The Abbey, or the Priory as it was, dates back to the 1250s.
13th century,
Yeah,
So that's long before the Reformation.
Long before the Reformation.
Yeah.
And it was destroyed by someone we've mentioned before, I'm sure, the Wolf of...
Oh yeah, Mr. Stewart.
Mr. Stewart, the Wolf of Badenoch.
Yes.
Who was excommunicated by the Bishop of Murray and took his anger out on by destroying this building and burning the towns of Forres to the west of us, and Elgin behind us in the east, and Elgin Cathedral in particular, which was romantically known as the Lantern of the North. And it has never been rebuilt, but so it has remained a ruin since those days. The Abbey, as we see today, has been rebuilt over the last 125 years, when the Order of Monks came back and resettled and have started a work of renovation. So it's,
Great.
There is something very peaceful about it. We have to say that I think is maybe lost in our churches that we normally attend. There is something very meditative.
Here we are, and it's about 24 degrees.
Aye.
And
because it's not always like that.
No, it's not.
No.
And
it's
the
just
birds,
because we're here today.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Right. And the birds in the background, and I'm hearing bees.
Yes, because they keep bees.
That's
There's
right,
a beekeeper,
Yeah.
or at least one beekeeper.
Yeah, and they make
And
honey.
you can buy honey
Yeah.
at the
Wee shoppy.
the wee shop attached to the Abbey.
But you're right, it is peaceful.
It is, aye.
Very peaceful.
And there's an orchard as well. They've got apple trees, and there's a lot of grow your own produce. They're very self-sufficient.
So since they reopened all these years ago, there's been about 20 people living in the accommodation and working around here.
Yes, and behind us, although you can't maybe quite see it, is the little cemetery for monks who have gone before. It's very nice. But just to sit here in this tranquility and in the lovely, glorious sunshine, with these white rhododendrons behind us and surrounding us, it's just...
You picked a good spot, Andrew.
We come on retreat?
Well, a retreat sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah.
And I don't mean just for a day, you know.
Yeah,
A week.
A week,
would
or
be-
a long weekend, or a week
would certainly help to digest the atmosphere and to change the way one lives out currently.
Yes. There's, we're all open to learning, and you could come here and learn a lot, I think, without necessarily having to become a member of the Catholic Church. It's, but it is fabulous. Yeah. Aye, so we were saying there, just about what it would be like to come and spend a long weekend or a Monday to Friday in the form of a retreat.
Yeah. Or can you imagine a whole summer like this, working here?
Coming to work
Wow.
and, just looking round the tremendous scenery here, the trees and the bushes, the shrubs, the grass, to spend a year here to see the changes in the seasons.
Yeah.
To be at one with nature and be able to spend time in contemplation and reflection.
Yep.
Like,
is that something we've lost over the years? The contemplative bit? Has the Reformation lost that?
Just coming here, what are they going to teach us that would be so bad that we couldn't cope with hearing it?
Maybe we'd discover or rediscover things that we've lost.
Yeah, obviously we weren't brought up in the Catholic tradition, and there would be lots of Catholic theology that we would find difficult, and I wouldn't be for a moment suggesting that we would be taking it on board but it would still be interesting to learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the drivers? How does it work? Because things like Westminster Confession is not appropriate, is it?
Well, because it was,
after
Puritan and Covenanter ministers who were studying and writing that at the time of the Commonwealth, at the time of after the English Civil War.
Yes.
1647?
Something like that, yeah. Which started in Scotland.
And it's... You would have to say that it's tainted by a political agenda.
Yeah. Maybe we should do a programme on that.
We could do a programme on the
background and the
background of
comes together,
go back to the Covenanters.
Yeah.
And the overthrow of the Church of Scotland bishops that had been put in place by Charles I.
Yeah.
And had been ousted, and the return of the Church of Scotland to a Presbyterian form of worship in the Constitution. That led to the War of the Three Kingdoms, the War of the Bishops.
Yep.
And on into what became the English Civil War. Oliver Cromwell at the time of the Commonwealth. The beheading of the
King.
King Charles I.
Yeah.
So there were troubled times in this country.
They were.
And it might not have been times that were as godly as some people would like to make out. But we need to explore that and do a programme or two on them.
I certainly need to do a bit of research on that,
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah. The
you-
covenant.
You pick up a bit here and there,
Yeah.
but to get a full understanding or a better understanding, as we've always said, doing research
do your
really
research.
helps.
Go and do
Yeah.
yourself.
Do your
You
research.
also have to know about the 39 articles of the Church of England,
Yep.
which are
Yep.
about 75, 80 years before
Mhm.
the Westminster Confession,
Yeah.
at the time of Henry VIII,
Yeah.
and what led to the establishment of the Church of England.
Yeah.
The 39 articles are, you could say, the Constitution.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The basis of the
Yeah.
togetherness.
Yeah. So there we are.
Ah.
And here is Pluskerton. Regardless of your spiritual views and beliefs, well worth coming to see this place and enjoy the beauty of the surroundings, even with a lawnmower going on in the background.
You were listening to another program of Chatty Chappies.